I just knocked over my jar that Brooklyn made for me. So I'm picking up all of my Peridot. So Peridot is like this little tiny piece of green stone. Oops, you probably can't see it. But little tiny green stone. So that is Peridot, and so she made me this little spell jar. So it has lavender in it and some chakra stones and Peridot. Ah! Apparently I'm going to lose all the Peridot because I keep losing the top part. But it has sage and lavender. I lost a piece. Oh, there's another one here. So, but yeah, so it's been a little bit crazy here. 3 times, I think now, that I have said that I was going to jump on live, and I didn't get a chance to. And so, oh, we lost her little elastic thing. So I got the privilege of meeting my great niece, one of my great nieces today. And well, this is the first one that I get to meet, so I actually haven't had a chance to meet her. And so we do have other great nieces, but this is the first time that I get to meet her, so it's actually kind of cool. And I am looking for to see if there's anybody coming on in the group. But yeah, so this is kind of where I'm at. My hair is literally all over the place. I can't seem to stay on top of anything today. Every time that hey Heather, every time that I try to do something today, including jumping on live, has been met with interruptions, which is not a bad thing. We've had some really good interruptions. I've had some really nice visits today. And so that has been extremely good. And as you can see from my office, we haven't even cleaned up the office yet. Everything is still pretty disastrous. Poor Brooklyn is starting to get into a little bit of a panic, trying to get things done and organized before tomorrow's event. But we will get everything done that needs to be done. I know that Steph has been working really hard at getting everything ready for the for our scavenger hunt tomorrow. So because of COVID, there is a lot of restrictions. We're in phase 3, so there's fewer restrictions. There's a few things that we are able to do that we haven't been able to do. So that's kind of good that we've actually got some things opened up, but we didn't have a whole lot of notice. So we weren't quite sure how we would be doing the anniversary. So we've only had I don't even think that it's been 2 full weeks. So Steph or Brooke, if you guys are watching, let me know whether or not you guys think that we've had 2 full weeks of planning, of getting organized for the wellness center. Hey, Dakota. And so, but things have been really extremely busy, and which is, like I said, really good thing. We've had lots of people coming in, which is awesome. Super, super excited that people are coming in. Lots of new people as well. So because the signs are finally up, and so we get to do the different things. So do we have to show up at a specific time for the scavenger hunt? No, the scavenger hunt is anywhere from 10 until 5. So I'm suggesting that people come at 4, no later than 4, to be able to come and get your sheet, because we are closing at 5. And so we don't want somebody not to be able to come in, because we're also not here on Saturday this week. So Brooke is actually closing up shop for the long weekend, which we typically do unless there's lots of activity and stuff going on. We typically have the shop closed down on the Saturday of the long weekend. And so because it really is the only time really that she gets to have time off, because Monday she's already off. And so so we are definitely not going to be here on Saturday. I physically may be here depending on weather. Because as I shared, I am joining in the Oracle Palooza with Colette Barron-Reed. And so Colette Barron-Reed, for anybody who is thinking, oh, I know that name. So Colette Barron-Reed is one of the authors that I use. And I'm pretty sure I have a couple of decks from her. Where's the other one? And now I have a third deck for sure. but I think she has some other decks too. So on Sunday, when I pull cards, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using in the new deck. So this is one of the decks that she has. So the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And the other one that she has is the Mystical, oops, there we go, Mystical Shaman Oracle card deck. So those are the two decks that I have of hers. And I think Brooke might have one of her decks as well. But she's not here, so I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm doing is I'm spending the weekend with her. It starts tomorrow, but I am going to be a little bit preoccupied, so I'm going to be able to do the evening session. There's a session, I think, from 6 until 7:30 or something, so I'm going to be joining in that part. Because by the time that we're done all of our celebrations, then they're going to be closing up for dinner. So, but it's an entire weekend event, and so really super excited about it. And so this is the first weekend that I've actually had off in a really long time. And so being able, I've had like a day here, a day there, but like I've actually taken the entire weekend off, which is amazing. And so other than coming on for card pulls on my page on Sunday morning, it'll be a little bit earlier than normal because the event starts at 11 on Sunday. And so, yeah, so super exciting. So some of the things that are coming up is the reason why I jumped on for right now. Hey, Chuck, how are you? So some of the things that are actually coming up is everything with the event tomorrow. Jeremy is our new practitioner at the Wellness Center and our newest practitioner at the Wellness Center. And he is completely booked for his 15-minute sessions tomorrow, and depending on how kind of things flow, there may be some other opportunity. There may be some other opportunities for them to be able to happen. And I just need to respond back to Brooke on this message. So at Walmart, where they were when we got them. Sorry, Brooke has actually gone to pick up a few things. Have fun at the event. We will. I just typed in Brooke. So she's actually messaging me because she's out picking up a few things that we need for tomorrow. So, but yeah, so like super exciting. So we've got Jeremy is almost all filled. Brooke is stocking up the shelves with new product that come in. So she's got a few new things that are actually in. So some more leg art and some more decks and books, more specifically decks. She does have some kids' decks that have actually come in. And Wendy, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to come up. So Wendy is our nutritionist that comes into the center. And so she's not going to be able to make it this weekend, but she's coming up for her clinic for the first time since COVID. She's coming up. Hey, Lori. She's coming up August 8th. So she's coming in. And then Dana has booked for thermography. She's booked September 4th to be able to come in and offer services. And then she's got a couple of workshops that she's going to be planning on getting filled and stuff as well. Specifically, I think, if I'm not mistaken from the message, it's going to be about breast health. And then we've got a Day of Healing is finally reset up with some new dates. So right now it is split into 4 different sessions. So it's from 10 to 3 on those given days. And so I posted about those. I can't remember if it was today or yesterday. My days this week have completely blended together, so I don't even know. But our calendar at the Wellness Center is finally filling back up again. So our classes are smaller. Our sessions are our sessions are not shorter, but they're like the criteria and stuff is a little bit different. I am still, everything that I'm still offering, I am still offering for the most part. I'm offering via Zoom and in person, so that people still have that opportunity of being able to do both. A Day of Healing is not one of them. So a Day of Healing is one of those, which is the reason why it has taken a while for me to be able to get the dates in. And so instead of 8 people at the center, we're going to have 4 people at the center. And I met up with somebody today who we may be doing a Day of Healing and or other workshops off-site that I have not been able to do. So really excited to be able to do some day stuff because normally in the fall I have my weekend retreat. That is my annual retreat that we go to Mattawa. But because of the restrictions, there's just too many limitations for me to be able to plan accordingly. So I probably can, given some of the restrictions that have been lifted, I probably could still offer it, but because of the restrictions and still not really knowing when phase 4 is going to happen, that kind of thing, which will probably be into September, I would think. But just in case, I don't want to plan anything. So our annual retreat, our annual women's retreat that we do in Mattawa is postponed until next year. So our 4th annual won't be until the following year. But I may be looking at doing something either locally or something virtually for us to be able to do in September. But it's definitely not going to be the same. Anybody who has attended knows that it's definitely not going to be the same. The other thing that is really super exciting is that I host a women's conference every March, and we've had 3 annual, and so our 3rd annual was again here at Northern College. And this year we actually did a sponsorship banner. And so we did the conference, it was March break, and then COVID happened during partway through March break. So our banner had been up at the gym at the Northern College and we weren't able to take it down. And so it kind of like was left with like, I don't really know what it is that we're supposed to do or how we're supposed to do that. And so it was kind of like we weren't able to get it. But last Friday, we finally were able to get it. And over the weekend, so anybody who's driven by has seen that the banner has been put up on the building, because that was one of the perks for anybody who was a sponsor, is that they were actually a sponsor and the businesses. So anybody who had their vendors table was actually there as well. So Penny, for example, was there with Pampered Chef. Lisa, and I'm using these names because these are some of the people that are in our Northern Ontario market. So Lisa was there with Plexus. She wasn't physically there, but she still supplied her stuff because last minute she had to step away. Who else? I'm trying to think of who. So here locally we have Christina Geddes, who's actually just opened up a center here in Hillbury as well, and is offering services. Normally she was doing them in Timmins, so she was one of our speakers and she's offered her things here. Dana and Wendy, who are both our practitioners that come into the center, they were there. Alicia from Sapology. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. So if I'm missing somebody, I'm not missing somebody because I've forgotten, like, because I think that you're less important. It's just off the top of my head. I didn't write down the names beforehand. But yeah, so like super, super exciting. Like we've got all these really cool things that are actually happening. We've got somebody who's actually reached out to be able to come and offer their services as well. I was kind of hoping that we were actually going to be able to make the announcement during the grand opening, but yeah, I'm super stoked to be able to have these practitioners working with us here at the center. So like this is my home away from home, which is one of the things that I had actually shared. So I spend a lot of time at the center. So everybody that's coming in is part of my family and part of the things that are going on. And so tomorrow we have and so I'm going to be sharing a walkthrough of the center tomorrow, and my my stuff that's all over the place is not going to be there tomorrow. But I've got a special walk-in that is actually happening, or walkthrough video that's actually going to be happening tomorrow, and super stoked about that. So it all kind of depends on, so the Northern Ontario vet market will depend on whether or not Penny is done in the morning, but I'm hoping to be able to do it like first thing in the morning. So, but yeah, so super stoked, super excited. We have all these incredible things that are happening and getting done. And so tonight we have our normal Inner Moon Goddess here at the center. And so Inner Moon Goddess is like one of those things that the name is kind of deceiving. So Steph, who's doing our social media marketing, says, okay, so like it's all about the moon and all about inner goddess. And it's like, no, it's not about any of that. Kind of is, but it isn't. And so Inner Moon Goddess is about really being able to tap in. So your inner moon is about being able to tap into yourself, or the moon itself is about being able to tap in from within. And then the inner goddess is about being able to tap into your own within. So like the two of them combined together forms the inner moon goddess. So so here are like so many different things that are actually, so we're doing that tonight. So we have a session at 7:15, and then as soon as we're done that, then I'm hoping to have a lot of things done before they get here, because we have a couple of people physically coming here, and then we've got people coming on Zoom still. So yeah, I'm super stoked. So as you can tell, I'm super stoked because like, you know when I'm super stoked, because then I start talking like super 100 miles an hour. And I have a friend who, and I can't think of where she lives, but she speaks a different language. And so when she speaks English, she can understand English and but when I speak too fast, she actually has to tell me, Rolly, you need to slow down because I don't know what you're saying. So, but I can't think of what country that she's, I can't think of what country it is. My brain is just so mush. But yeah, so super stoked, super excited. We've got like all these different things that are actually happening. And so I posted about a number of different programs all week. And today I've actually posted about the private sessions, one-to-one sessions. And so I'm hoping to be able to get a few more posts in before the end of the night. I'm not sure how much that I'm actually going to be able to get in tonight before the end of the day. I'm going to try really hard because there's a couple of more programs that I want to be able to share. And so, so anyway, that's what's going on. And I will talk with everybody later because Brooklyn is trying desperately to call me. She's tried 3 times now, the poor girl. And I keep just ignoring her call. So I really need to take her call, but I just wanted to jump on to like share some of like the really cool excitement things that are happening with workshops coming up. And some of them are virtual. Some of them are going to be in person. And of course, our grand opening tomorrow for the center and all the exciting things that are actually happening there. And anyway, I will chat with all you guys later. If I get a chance to jump back on again, I will do that and share some of the questions that were happening. So hope you had a good rest. Hope you have a good rest of your evening and see you tomorrow possibly and virtually on August 12th for a Soulful Life Hack session. Oh, that's right, because you're going to be gone. So yeah, so I was supposed to have a session last night and my brain was just mush. I just couldn't handle anything else yesterday. My brain was just tired. And so I had to pull out of my session for Brooke's grand opening in September. I know for sure that I'm going to be blocking off the entire week before, just because there's a few things that we need to get done and set up. So it has been, like I said, it's been a very crazy, busy week. A lot of people coming in, asking questions. And with us just reopening again, that's been part of the things is like, when are we doing this? And when's these things happening? And then, of course, getting ready for the grand opening. So anyway, if I have a chance to hop back on again, I will do that. And but for sure, I'm going to try and see if I can get some more posts out if I can. Because one of the things that I want to be able to share is about the Sister Soul Medicine, which is a virtual program that I offer. And so I want to be able to share a little bit about that. So I'm hoping that's going to be able to get out today. And tomorrow is going to be more videos or lives. So like that's going to be kind of what it is that's happening, including our walkthrough. And I have got some really cool things to show you guys tomorrow. So but I don't want to spoil it by sharing, but I just want to tell you guys that there's some like really cool things, or at least I think they're pretty cool, that have gone up in the last week. So for anybody who's not been in the center for the last week, hasn't seen, or some of you guys have got some sneak peeks of some of the things that are going on. And so if you have been in, please don't share. So wait until tomorrow when we can actually do the full walkthrough and share some of these like really cool things that have gone up. So anyway, I will chat with all of you guys later and hope you guys have a fabulous evening. So I am hoping to get some grounding down tonight, because apparently I need to be grounded, because apparently I'm flying a little high. So I need to be brought back down to earth. So that's my plan for tonight. So anyway, I will talk to all of you guys later. Bye for now. See ya.